No pukesters helping me to the left, and no pukesters helping me to the right. Didn't need them then, don't need them now.
You are the ex-champion, Olin.
Now this is the way, Tony and David, that you do the figure four leg lock.
Coming at you live from Cousin Tyrone's basement, it's Dre, the #1 Chief Rocker.
Gunther put him in that sleeper hold, coming straight from King Gunther's guest room. He's been away. He's been overseas. I'm keeping it clean here. You know what I'm saying? Cleaning up, tidying up the house. He'll be back today. He had to get all the disgusting Jimmy Uso blood off of him.
Ooh.
Embarrassing the whole Uso family.
Ooh. He rubbed it all in his chest, too. That was a lot. Like, he even tasted it. There was a lot there, Gunther. There was a lot.
King heel. Okay. King
almost heel. Mariah May-ish, you know.
King of the heel. Ooh.
King of the heel.
Put it on a shirt.
Added another one to the figure four shirt collection that hasn't dropped yet.
Yeah. We got a lot of things to do.
What's up, Wonder? How you been, man? How was your weekend? How's your week been? I see you got the Cardinals jersey on, obviously.
Yeah, 3-1. Cardinals are 3-1. Went into extra innings last night. Tough loss. First loss of the season. You know, there's only, 158 more games left of the year. So we'll see how it all pans out. But I was in a spring mood. You know, baseball's going. We're coming to the end of the NCAA tournament, and then I wake up to snow. That's Salt Lake City. My son took him to a spring break camp. Spring break with snow. So it looks like they're going to be inside all day.
Burr! I guess Spring wanted to play an April Fool's joke on us, right?
Like, it did. I'm waiting for someone to try to pull some shit on me. I'm not no mood for no April Fool's jokes. Haven't been in years. And luckily nothing's happened so far, knock on wood.
It almost feels like we're living in one big April Fool's joke.
It's true. It's
very true. Have you ever got somebody? Have you ever been gotten?
Man, I'm trying to think. I can't think of a time I've really been gotten. I mean, I'm sure I've got people in the past, but nothing that like stands out that's like, you know, you put in a film or anything. But
in the old Facebook days, did you ever get caught by the I'm pregnant?
Oh, no. You know what I used to, and by the way, you know what? Speaking of that, I think I just got actually. The pregnant thing. God, people are so childish, bro.
Hold on, who got you?
You told somebody congratulations. Wow, that just clicked for me just now because I was like, why would they? What? So,
oh shoot!
I don't even want to say his name. Our boy Santos posted posted a thing on his story of 2 pregnancy tests that said positive, and I was like, oh shit! I was like, you're gonna be a dad, and then, you know, because I'm not 12 and I don't do April Fool's Day, it just registered.
Oh my gosh! You got hit with the oldest trick in the book.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I didn't say congratulations yet. I said, see, I hit him with the eyes. I'll even share it on here. I hit him with the eyes. He hit me with the eyes, and I said, you about to be a dad? Oh, fucking dork. I'm gonna respond to him right now.
It just hit me. Today's April 1st. You got me. You know what though? I see that as karma. He said that, and then watch. In the next 6 months, he's gonna end up a dad. Watch.
Yeah,
he's gonna get someone pregnant. It's gonna happen.
Let me think. You know what used to bug me on April Fools was back in the days of pirating music. You know, you go on LimeWire or whatever, and it'd be like, oh, or All Hip Hop used to do this too. All Hip Hop used to post songs. That's, you know, you'd find new songs on allhiphop.com or Hip Hop DX, and you click on it, you go there, and not even thinking it's April 1st, but it'd be like, oh, Jay-Z, 50 Cent, Nas, new blah, blah, produced by Swizz Beats. And you're like, oh, shit. And then you get that stupid ass Lil Wayne, call them April babies because they fools. And I'm like, and they got me damn near every year because you're just like, oh, I used to be on those heavy. all those boards to just see what new songs were out, when I was, late teens, early 20s. And yeah. Okay. So that's how I would have been gotten. Nothing's too serious though.
Mhm. They didn't call this an April Fool's joke, but this used to happen every day at school. They pull the chair out. When you try to sit down, they pull the chair out. Oh, my tailbone. That's probably why my back is so messed up, is how many times people pull the chair from me. Or the panting. That's why I always made sure I had the nice boxers on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gotta have the nice, can't have the whitey tighties. You know what
I
I mean?
got pantsed once in, what grade was this? Fifth grade. And I'll never forget this. I jumped up there, was on the bars, swinging, because we were pretending to dunk or something. So I went up there and blap, held on like Shaq, and Rory Duff, that was his name, came and grabbed my shorts and boop. And I was just, and then Jessica Sosa was right across and she saw everything.
Oh, wait, hold on. You lost the unders?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, meat was out. Oh no.
Little figs and twigs or whatever you want to call it back in fifth grade. You know what I mean? Embarrassed.
Little
Obviously,
Irish.
because I remember who did it and who was the girl I had a crush on was looking at me. And
oh no.
Yeah. And I was a little chubby in fifth grade, fifth and sixth. So
Let's be honest. You didn't get skinny until you got married.
well, I've gone through multiple phases in life: skinny, chubby, skinny, playing ball through high school, graduate high school, continue to eat as bad as I did. Then you add DJing and drinking around 21, and not playing ball anymore. Then I got big, and then I got little again. So here we are. I'm in the middle now. I think I'm in the middle.
You're
a lot
literally
of muscle mass.
You are Buffy. Buffy the Body. Hey,
I haven't thought of Buffy the Body in a long time.
Hey, if you are looking for a recommendation for maybe you, wifey, and probably not, maybe not, Lil Bronson Reed, but Daredevil on Disney Plus. Fire. I don't know if you watched the first one that was on Netflix. They dropped, I think, 3 seasons on Netflix, and this one, Disney Plus ended up buying it, or Disney. But it is solid. It's a solid watch. So if you're looking for something, it's a recommendation right there. Yeah, man. What do you want to start? What do you want to start with? Wrestling.
I think we'll do this. Dre, you're still my hero, but you're a piece of shit.
Why? What did I do?
No, that's what Cody Rhodes said to John Cena.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
I was like, whoa. Let's just start with let's go with Raw yesterday.
Okay.
Which, by the way, I'm going to miss Raw not being overseas because it's on early, and it's like, oh man, this is great. I can watch it. My son's either at school or doing something else, and it's like, but now that'll be gone. Yeah, that opening promo, which
the crowd knew it. The crowd was chanting Cena right off the bat before, and it was a long pause.
Yeah.
And then they drop it.
And then we'll go with the crowd real quick. We don't have to turn everyone's name into a chant. Cody Rhodes, Dre Rocka, Dre Rocka. God. Anyways, yeah, I love the back and forth between them. We finally got a move in, right? A little move in. I said this to you yesterday, though. Why it's crazy that Mania is so late this year. This is the latest Mania has ever been that I can remember. And Raw and SmackDown this last week felt like go home shows. Like, okay, this is right before Mania, but we still have. I mean, we've got 3 weeks essentially. Yeah. So how are they going to fill that time?
There's a lot of time, but there's a lot of, at least for John Cena and Cody Rhodes, there's a lot of story to be told, right? Cody hit a crossroads on John Cena. Now John Cena needs to get his lick back on Cody Rhodes. If you remember the road to WrestleMania last year, we got lashings from The Rock. Do we get that this year? Do we get John Cena holding down Cody Rhodes while The Rock lashes Cody Rhodes over the back with that Mama Rhodes belt? Is they going to bring the Mama Rhodes belt back? Like, there's so much that could be told right now because we have to get The Rock because he's the leader of this.
Right? We have to.
we have to get Rocky to come back. So I think over these next 3 weeks, John Cena, we'll probably get John Cena, Cody Rhodes again. We'll probably get a some type of move from John Cena. I don't know if it's a finisher. It has to be, right? Because Cody Rhodes landed a
Yeah.
so five knuckle shuffle or something's gonna happen. John Cena.
AA. He'll do an AA. He'll get an AA in there.
Okay, attitude adjustment. We'll get that next week. Cody Rhodes, and then that puts us out 2 weeks, right?
So that's what I'm saying. What are we gonna keep doing? And then you got to have The Rock show up.
Mm-hmm.
Rocky has to come back.
Yeah, so he'll probably get his lashings 2 weeks before. So maybe we'll get Rocky next week. 2 weeks before Mania. We'll probably get Rocky. We'll get the lashings because we can't have Cody going totally beat up.
Do we know why it's so late this year? Why is it so late? It falls on Easter. It falls on 420. A lot going on that day for people who partake in either or both.
Liv Morgan.
And then we throw Mania into the mix.
It might just be the Netflix deal. I don't know. It might have just been the way the PLEs overseas. This whole overseas thing probably made them a lot of money. So they probably just was like, hey, let's push it out a little bit. Really, there's no like set deadline that we have to have it at the top of April. Like,
but I'd like it to be that way. I'm a traditionalist. Okay, it's even been at the end of March at times.
I'm not mad at it, but just because they did roll out a lot this year. If you think about it, we got Netflix. They moved SmackDown. We got a new roster. We got Saturday Night's Main Event. There's a lot that the WWE has launched, even to their live events. You know, there's been a lot more live tours. So I'm not 100% mad at it as long as they deliver, and they're going to. 41 night 2 is going to be. They have to top 41 or 40.
Yeah.
You know
what I mean? Are they? You think they'll be able to top 40?
I think
that main event was incredible.
It was, but I think just the glass break alone is going to top. A glass break will break. A glass break beats a dong.
I think you're very correct in that. Speaking of glass break, we get the Bret Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin match going into the Hall of Fame. Arguably, like, it may not be the best technical match ever, which it was a good technical match, but probably my favorite Mania match ever. And what they did in that match and how they did the double turn, right? Like, probably the best technical match, you go like Steamboat Savage, or I don't know, but that's a great match. Great to put in first.
Yeah. WrestleMania 13. That's when we get Rocky. We get Stone Cold Bloody, right? Sharpshooter.
Ken Shamrock thrown into the mix.
Yeah. I'm not. I need to rewatch it because I remember it was great. I remember it was incredible, but I haven't watched it in a long time.
One of the to me, it is the best. Like, when I think of WrestleMania matches, it's Steamboat Savage, it's Hogan Andre, but I mean, you know, Hogan's not in the best place, so that's not going to happen right now. I honestly think of the Daniel Bryan, where he had to open the show against Triple H and then closed it. The number fails me, but then closed it against Batista and Randy Orton. Incredible.
Rocky Stone Cold was at 18.
Yep. And then, I would say those are the 5. And then, God, last year is so close.
Maybe over the next couple of weeks, maybe we can do like a top 10 WrestleMania moments or something.
Let's do that next week, because I feel like we're going to have there's going to be a lull at some point, because again, we got about 3 weeks. I think there's going to be a lull, and then they pick right back up. Could be wrong, but
let's do that. The next few weeks, I think we do, for at least Cena and Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is going to get his ass whooped. It's going to be bad. It's going to be really bad. It's going to be hard to watch because, man, the lashings, I told you this last year, is that those lashings were really hard to watch.
Yeah. And it was, and the way they did it too, behind, Rock goes live on his Instagram. Like, it was genius. It was great.
What did you think about the promo? John Cena kicking it off. Cody Rhodes rebuttaling.
Cody Rhodes not even letting John talk. I loved that from the beginning. Cena did great. Cody did great. I loved both of their back and forth. I just want to. We're not going to get John in a match before Mania, right? Like, there isn't going to be just like a little throwaway, like, oh, it's not going to happen.
Who could it be? There's nobody else for him to.
I don't know.
Unless, I
I
think
don't
he
know.
eliminated Logan Paul, didn't he? But Logan Paul has his hands tied right now.
Yeah, but I mean, just someone to come out and like if we really want heat on John Cena even more, he's got to crush the guy who looks up to him the most. Like, maybe we get a little R-Truth beat down.
Oh man, that would hurt my heart.
Because do we just keep going back and forth with Cody and Cena doing promos, and then someone hits the other one? Like, let's add something to it.
Does this? Oh man, but I'm not mad at it. Maybe R-Truth comes out and is like, "Hey man, like, what are you doing, man? Like,
Yeah.
you're my hero." And then he's like, "Truth," and then he just fucking lays him out.
Yeah.
Attitude adjustment, and then he just keeps on laying him out. Who comes out? Wrestling has more than one royal family. Boom. Cody comes out to save R-Truth. Cody ends up getting his ass whooped back.
Yeah. Yep.
Not mad at it.
Let's throw a little wrinkle in it, huh? Because I don't mind the promos, but we just don't need to keep having promos.
Yeah.
To open the show, like, every week. It's like, all right. It's getting redundant to, I mean, it's good, but it's also getting redundant to like how it was like Penta opening every week. All right. Let's do something else.
Yeah.
Metal.
And his outfit looked fire. I text you this. I was like, they finally got the Penta entrance on. The timing was perfect. Pyro looked great. And his outfit looked amazing last night.
Yeah, they nailed it. Who's going to be the heel in this situation? Or is it going to be like a multiple person match for that ice? Because it feels like it's just going to be Breaker Penta, but are they going to throw in...
I think Dirty Dom deserves to be in there.
Are they going to throw Dom and Finn? Is it going to be like a 4-way for the belt?
You have to break up Dom and Finn at that point.
Mm-hmm.
We got time for them to break that up.
Plenty of time. We got 3 weeks, like I said.
And Liv did leave the crumbles. She's like, he said he did a good job.
Yeah.
Not you.
They could even do it in that match. They could have the breakup in that match somehow. I don't know. What match so far are you least excited about? There's a lot to be excited about, but what, like, in Mania, like, we have obviously we have Cena, Cody. I'm assuming that's not the one. We have the 3-way to close out night one, which we'll get to. I have a lot of thoughts on that. We've got, it seems like, some form of Breaker, Penta, and Judgment Day for the IC title. What else do we have? We have AJ, Logan. What was the other one you said?
Stratton Flair.
Potentially a 3-way for the other women's title.
Almost feels like Priest and McIntyre might be a thing.
Yeah, I think. Oh, that's for sure happening. By the way, what a great choke slam onto that car.
Oh yeah. You see Cody come up after it though?
Punk.
Yeah,
he's like, oh, he just looks at it. Huh.
Oh, that looks like fake glass.
Yeah. So those are the matches we have right now, and then New Day, Viking Raiders. Is that what they're called?
I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna be. Like, Creed Brothers are still looming somewhere.
Yeah, but they had the Viking Raiders. It's Viking Raiders, right? I'm not messing that up. Like, why in my head? War Raiders. Whatever. Yeah. They had them come out after the New Day match yesterday. So I think
they look good too, man. I really like the Raiders, man. I really like them a lot.
It's just, again, like, I don't know why the tag team division is in such a funk, man. I just don't like. I feel like you just get those belts back on the New Day.
Well, I don't know, man. It's Raw. We're talking Raw,
right? No, SmackDown feels fine with the
Street Profits. Dude, Street Profits Pretty Deadly was a fun match. That they did. Really fun.
Yeah. Pretty Deadly are great. They're just,
I love them.
Just weird.
Okay, so WrestleMania 41, the question was which matches am I excited for, right?
Least excited for.
Because
there's a lot to be excited for. But what's one where you're just like, meh?
To be honest with you, this hurts my heart to say. At this point, the ones that are announced, the ones that we know for sure are going down. and it's just because the lead up. Jey Uso Gunther does not tickle my fancy.
Oh my God.
It doesn't. It doesn't, and it hurts. It hurts me because it was last night was amazing. I think Gunther did an amazing job, but I think Jimmy in these last 3 weeks has outshined Jay in
Well,
so many ways.
and that's what I had text you that. I'm like, man, he is so much better than Jay on the mic. In ring is kind of whatever. They're very similar. I think Jimmy's slightly better in ring, but yeah, for that reason, okay. But I mean, King Gunther, man, he took a bath in blood, and he zip tied Jay to the rope, made him watch him as he beat the brakes off his brother.
Yeah, but is that going to happen at 41? No, I think it's going to be a stand-up, one-on-one, mano-a-mano match, and for those type of matches, I don't see that being fun. And it hurts me to say, but I don't see that being funner than Io Sky and Bianca, or potentially Io
Well,
Bianca.
it's going to be all
Yeah.
three of them. That's the
think so?
other. That's the other thing here. Like a lot of these matches are like multiple people. It's not just one on one. It's like a lot of. This seems like the most multi-person matches that we've had at a Mania in a while. Because you always get like the tag team tornado or something like that, or like a title or a ladder match rather for one of the titles. But it just feels like a lot of three ways and such.
Which one is your least excited for?
I know this kind of sucks because I know the match is going to be fire, but I just don't really care. Is the Paul AJ Styles? Now, the match is going to be great, but it's like, Logan's probably going to go over, and AJ's going to do well. You know,
Logan's tall too, so I wonder how AJ's going to try to hit the Styles Clash on him.
Yeah,
like that's going to be difficult. But Logan's such an adaptable. I seen a breaking kayfabe. I seen on the internet so many different move sets that Logan has taken from. He's like a chameleon. That dude can adapt to so many different people's move sets that I feel like he has a better arsenal than AJ.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, he's younger than AJ. But AJ is still phenomenal, right?
He is the phenomenal one.
So
yes.
I don't see Logan losing that match though.
No, he's not. I mean, Logan's going to be around a long time. And
what we didn't even mention freaking the US champion, LA Knight. Are we gonna get another triple threat with him, Fatu and Strowman? Like, is that gonna happen?
I hope it's just him and Fatu. We don't need Strowman in there.
The monster of all monsters has
and then Jacob gets that title.
Already?
Yeah, hell yes. Well, yes.
He said last night that was it last night? He said that Friday that nothing's gonna get in the way of him and that gold. Not even family.
Yeah.
Not Solo, not Tonga, nobody.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the start of it's a Fatu show.
Yeah.
No longer this Bloodline 2.0.
Yeah, put that belt on him, let him work all kinds of. I mean, he's already in the show no matter what, right? He's so entertaining, but I think you get that US title on him, and then he has these like big matches for a belt, for a title. Do it.
I seen it was Ariel Helwani and Baron Corbin. And Baron Corbin was like, Jacob Fatu's gonna headline the next 5 WrestleManias. He said that he believes in this dude that much.
Yeah.
And you see you could tell Fatu has been on a leash, right? They let him go a little bit. They let him go a little bit more. They're letting him go a little bit more. I think once he gets that gold, I think all hands are off. And I think Fatu's gonna really show what he can do with the title ring, as long as he's healthy. That's the only thing. I think the only thing that can get in the way of Fatu is Fatu.
Yeah. As long as I mean, I don't know. I had heard stories about, the stuff he had gotten into in the past, but it seems like he's been relatively out of trouble, right, for quite some time. That seems like that was all when he was younger. So I don't know, man. I'm excited for what the next 2 years looks like for him, but I think you get that US title on him like ASAP.
Talking about Friday Night SmackDown, we had the big contract signing between Roman, Punk, and Rollins. There's a moment when the contract is being signed, that Punk has a moment with Paul Heyman, and Heyman is like, "Yeah, it's in there, homie. It's in there. Don't worry, get it signed." And it almost seemed like Paul Heyman was under the impression that the favor that we heard about recently from or from Punk was
Yeah.
that he would be headlining Mania. Punk throws a wrench in the machine and is like, "Yo, yeah, but that ain't the favor that I'm gonna ask for.
Mm-hmm.
What is this favor? How is this thing gonna shake? How's this thing gonna move?"
I don't know. I mean, I didn't think that was going to be the favor initially, right? Like, hey, I want to. Because let's take a couple steps back. They say that, oh yeah, Punk is finally going to get to headline WrestleMania. Okay, well, number one, it's night one. So you're the main event of night one of WrestleMania. Everyone knows that night two is, since obviously it's been 2 nights, night two is the main event. Punk even like kind of shit on this when he was in AEW, making fun of MJF one time. Like, oh, he said something. I don't know. I'd have to go find the clip, but something like, well, enjoy, being on night one of a 2-for-1 something something at the other company, or whatever. So this whole thing of them like building this story of like Punk has always wanted to headline WrestleMania. Well, it's like I'm sure every wrestler does, but it's when has Punk been like, this is what I want? I've never heard him say that. And I haven't like latched onto every word he's ever said, but I'm pretty sure I would remember like that's my dream, the headline WrestleMania. Like him saying that at some point or multiple times. So I hated that. It's more like this match is happening and like you said, what's the next favor? What is the actual favor? And how does Paul Heyman help Punk or help fulfill that favor to Punk? Because Punk has to want a title shot. Like that has to be what it is. But how is, in kayfabe, Heyman is the guy. I mean, probably even in real life, he's the guy to some extent to make things happen. So how does he do that? Like, is John Cena going to win and then Heyman finds a way to get a Punk Cena match? Or is it Cody? Is it Cody again? I don't know. So many things to think about on that match. But yeah, I don't know what the favor is. It has to be something to do with getting a title shot.
Does Punk show up night 2? Does Punk show up night 2 with Paul Heyman and confront The Rock or something?
I don't know. That seems so out of. They have to like plant those seeds in the next couple of weeks, and maybe that's why we have such a long time. But they have to plant those seeds then, because for that to just happen would be like, what? Like it was just like it wouldn't make any sense to me. And does Paul have something on The Rock to where he can capitalize off of that and like, hey, you have to put Punk in this?
This is where the writing of what the WWE is doing is so good, because we still haven't seen what Rocky has given Cody Rhodes.
That's very true.
Like there's so much here that the answers are in front of us because there's so many Easter eggs that have been dropped that we just haven't put it together. And once the WWE opens and shows us the full picture, we'll be like, damn it, it was there.
Yeah.
We seen it. It was
on
there
Easter of all times with the Easter eggs. You did that.
Man,
Good. You didn't even realize you did that, huh?
Nah, this is some Kendrick Lamar type writing right here.
Dissect this podcast, fool.
Okay, Seth Rollins, man. One thing that I noted down was Seth Rollins seemed more distracted by Punk headlining rather than the actual business at hand.
And he also kept saying the stuff around him and Roman, like it's a him and Roman thing. Him and Roman, we, and it's kind of like, well, that's kind of a new thing here, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like he hasn't said anything like that recently.
So I think Rollins is really the weasel in this whole thing that we're not paying attention to, because something with this guy, there's something there.
You don't think Punk's going to end up being the weasel?
I don't think so. I think it's Rollins. I think Rollins is the weasel. I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know. This is where it can go either way, anyway. I just think Rollins is distracted so much. His hate and his anger is gonna get in the way of his of what he needs to get done.
Yeah. All I know is this match is going to be incredible because you put Rollins. To me, you put Rollins in anything, and it's great. And when at the end of this match, when Brock Lesnar shows up, and like I text you, we get that love triangle with the Heyman love triangle. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild, boy.
Could you imagine if Brock Lesnar shows up?
Paul's face. Oh no! I gotta Brock Lesnar.
They cleared up so much money too. Like they got rid of a lot of big names on the roster recently.
And it's not just to sign Ray Phoenix, I'll tell you that much.
No. Ray Phoenix and Penta can't be that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I would lose my shit if Lesnar did come back. That'd be nuts.
Because what a way to end night one than to hear that music and just some F5s.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. That the
got the chills, bro.
Arena the roof will be blown off
in Vegas.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I don't like is they keep on saying the greatest wrestler I think the wording is greatest wrestler of all time or the greatest legend of all time, referring to Stone Cold. They're like, he'll be here. Mm-hmm. So they keep on advertising Stone Cold's going to be there. He's going to be there WrestleMania weekend. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing that I'm not really digging is like, yes, the glass break is going to be surprising, but it's
like, he's there for the Hall of Fame stuff, essentially. Yeah. Like, I think that's what they're trying to say. Like, because that match is going, he's going to be doing some signings because it is in Vegas too. Like he lives in Nevada. So I don't think that they're not alluding to him showing up, obviously night 2, and who knows, maybe he won't. Cause if you watch any of the documentaries or what they talk about last year's Mania, he was supposed to be in that Taker spot. That was supposed to be Stone Cold and they couldn't get it done. They couldn't get an agreement done. So Taker took it because he was there. Yeah. But I mean, who knows? I hope he's there. I hope we get the glass break.
What does it take to get Stone Cold in the ring? Is it money? You think it's a money thing?
I don't remember what I was watching, or maybe I was listening to a podcast, but there's still some weird, not like they hate each other, but some weird little bit of animosity from what I'd have to go back and figure out where the hell I even heard this. I consume so much wrestling content. But they were saying that Stone Cold and The Rock still have a little weird animosity. So like if The Rock is going to be there, Austin's like, well, you don't need me. You don't need me there. And if Rock isn't there, like when Austin had the KO thing a couple Manias ago, right? There was no Rocky then. So that was one thing. And then also they just say like Stone Cold doesn't really love to travel anymore. So, but I mean, it's right there for him.
I hope it's not a Rocky, him or me kind of thing, because those two, man, that's like Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. That's man, that's fun, man. That's them two face to face again. Stone Cold coming to rip that belt out of Rocky's hands and beat Rocky with it would be incredible.
Yeah. Yep. Or just give a couple of stunners, and nobody takes a stunner like Rock does.
Yeah, but Rocky is older.
I still think he can take it, man. He's a boosh.
Even CENA taking the Crossroads last night was CENA kind of a little slower.
Can I say that's one thing I'm worried about? Truthfully, is that match. Is CENA just not looking CENA-ish?
Yeah.
That's why I was like, just get him a little. I was like, or maybe that's why they're not gonna do another a match prior to, or even a squash match.
Because he's gonna shoot his load all on. He only has one load, and he better not shoot it yet.
Oh, that's gross.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe, man, I don't. Because Rocky still looked good, but he was training, and it's The Rock, dude. He's a freak, anyways, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, it's just like anything. The more and more you don't do something, and then you try to just get right back to it, even if you're actually training, it tends to be a little off. I can speak about that for my basketball. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing against some of these not late teens. I'll squash a teenager. That's not a prospect, right? Not a D1 prospect, just a regular ass teenager. But like some of these like early 20-year-olds, it's kind of like, oof, you feel it. You know what I'm saying? You hit that cut, or like, you're trying to move laterally, and it's like, damn, okay, that feels a little different.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you better start training, man. You got your 3-on-3 this summer. Better.
Well, 3-on-3s are easy. Yeah, it's half court. I'm talking about you're like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're running.
Okay.
Yeah, the full court joint is a little more difficult. Half court, that's me. That is me. Okay.
Big fundamental.
Yeah, exactly. I'm be using
what
the backboard all day.
What do you think about the announcement that we are getting Ray Phoenix on Friday? Where is he gonna fit in? How is he gonna fit into the SmackDown roster?
I hope it's not. I mean, they did so well with Penta. Now, Penta is so special. The character's so special. And Phoenix is great, but he's not Penta. So I'm kind of worried about it. I wanted him to be on Raw and be the man, my mind just went blank. See, getting older again, but the American luchador. I wanted him to be the other version of that, right? Something that, Gable had paid or something. Gable had paid to wear that mask, but I don't know how he fits on SmackDown. I don't know.
I don't
Feels
know
like one of those things where he could be gone soon. I hate that.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, exactly. And I'm trying to think of who's on SmackDown. Is Ray over there? Like, who else is that? LWO's on SmackDown? I don't remember.
No, aren't they on Raw now?
Well, who did he just? Oh yeah, they fired New Day. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So they're over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know where it's gonna go. We haven't even seen Alexa Bliss. Like, she's kind of just been gone. There's a lot going on.
Let's get this shit right and have a Wyatt 6 takeover of Mania where they just disrupt every match. Night 1. I don't give a shit. Get in there with Punk and Reigns.
Only if it's cinema. Only if we get cinema.
Yeah.
Wyatt 6. I don't want them non-cinema.
I bet you they bring him back Mania or Raw after Mania because that's always a big one for returns. So I bet you they just hold out because there's no way to throw them into anything right now.
Was that an anniversary of when they did debut? Wasn't it right after Mania? Was it? I feel like it was. I could be wrong though.
You mean where they killed 15 people?
Yes, and put a bullet through Gunther's head,
and then they were just all of a sudden good guys that nobody thought were scary anymore. Yeah, that part.
All right. What we got here? Monday night, no winner for Rhea Eos match. Bianca Belair.
Oh, Rhea looked like $1 million. I'm just gonna say it. Jesus criminy.
Yeah, man. It's hard to see her without a belt. I love Io Sky. Yeah, but Rhea's so over.
Yeah. I feel like she should always have the belt, but then again, it's like sometimes they think like a baby face chasing the belt is better, but I don't know. Cody's had it for a year now, right? Mm-hmm. And maybe it would be better if he was chasing. Like, did we like Cody more when he was trying to finish a story than we do right now?
Absolutely.
Yeah, probably, huh? Yeah, you're probably right. But also there is no bloodline on the women's side. So just give Rhea the goddamn belt and let her rock it. Have some great matches,
Who would you build up to? I mean, we've done Bianca, we've done Io. I don't really see anybody else having a real good storyline with her.
Yeah. I'm excited for the Bianca Rhea back and forths, like even after this, because I think that's where it'll go. Because they are both phenomenal wrestlers. And
Rhea better on the mic, though.
Yeah, Rhea is a little bit better on the mic for sure. I mean, Rhea's probably on the women's side. She's probably the best on the mic. Is there someone better? Tiffy isn't.
Come on, man. Tiffy just cut a great promo.
Recorded?
Probably was recorded.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, you got it. Touche. I'm not gonna argue it. I love Rhea. I don't know what's her fans. What do we call her fans? The Bloodies?
Oh, I don't know. It's a good question. That's
whatever.
Gross. We're probably not the Bloodies. Let's think of something else. What's something that starts with R that means like fan? Rhea
rejects.
There you go.
Gunther, man, King Gunther. We mentioned it at the top of the podcast. Gunther taking out the Usos. zip tying Jey Uso to the ring,
Yeah.
to the ropes, and then just going to town on Jimmy, making Jay watch his brother suffer
Mm-hmm.
a bloody mess.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of blood too, bro. Like that was a lot. I don't know if he
Beautiful.
really
It's beautiful.
he cut himself a little too much. Jimmy, maybe next time just take it a little easy on this, right?
Look like Ric Flair out there.
Mm-hmm.
All that blood. We weren't here last week. We didn't record an episode last week due to scheduling conflicts. So we didn't talk about the smack heard around the world. Okay. Jimmy smacked the soul out of Gunther backstage. And when you do that, there are repercussions. You don't just have sneak a smack in there, though it was a great smack. You're going to get bloodied up in the ring and your brother's going to be zip tied and have to watch. Okay. Don't ever keep your motherfucking hands off of the moneymaker. Okay. Or you're going to get bloodied.
It was so worth it though. That was a
Man, that
clean
was a smack, bro.
And I'm gonna circle around back to the slap here soon. But this gets me hype. This gets me hype, but not for Jey Uso. That's what I'm sitting here like, this gets me hype for what's Jimmy gonna do when Jimmy gets, Jimmy gets back on his feet. Because Jimmy showed him Cero Miedo. He ain't scared of nobody.
Yeah, well, so sometimes you need to be scared of somebody.
King Gunther's that guy, man.
Yeah.
All right. What else we have here? We talked about Penta and Breaker a little bit. I really enjoyed that match. That was a fun match. Raw overall, that was like a PLE last night.
Pretty good.
It was like a PLE, solid Raw episode, and it made me excited for what's gonna happen with Penta Breaker after Breaker hits him with an incidental spear, all orchestrated by Dirty Dom, which is another reason why I think Dirty Dom deserves to hold that IC title. But I don't know. We might have to say that for another day.
Yeah, that's down the road, I think. Maybe.
One thing that I did get excited about is my man Tyler Bate was back. Yes. New Catch Republic was back. They took on a New Day in the UK. It was really cool to see him be able to come back, new look, short hair, and just work the ring, man. I hope we get to see him in motion a little bit more. I hope it wasn't just, hey, we're in your country, come show out.
Yeah.
But hopefully he's obviously he's healthy. So hopefully we get New Catch Republic back in this tag team view because the division does need some help.
I'll say this about Tyler Bate. They said that it was from a torn pec. He'd been out over a year from a torn pec. And so there's levels to this, right? Cody Rhodes tore his pec, wrestled in a Hell in a Cell. No, it wasn't Hell in a Cell. It was a cage match against Seth Rollins. Competed, had surgery, came back a lot quicker than Tyler Bate. And so if you want to be champion, Tyler Bate, got to put your big boy pants on when you tear that pec next time, which hopefully you don't.
But Tyler Bate also doesn't have a bloodline storyline that he's going to risk everything for. Like if he had a really cool storyline where it's like,
Cody didn't then when he wrestled Seth. Like it wasn't like eventually you knew that was going to be it, but that was his third match against Seth, which, man, that feud was so good. So good. But yeah, so I would say just, there's levels to it. You need to come back quicker if you want to be champion here, Tyler Bate.
I'll give you that. All right. Cool. Do you want to jump into Wrestler of the Week?
Yeah, you go first.
All right. I wrote down 2, and these 2 have crossed paths. The clear one for this week, for me, I felt was Gunther. I feel like King Gunther went full heel mode, took out 2 brothers that just reunited again. He tore this family down again, just showed how menacing he can be. That was number 1. But then I started to think, the man that has given us top performance, a man that cut a great promo, telling his brother what it really was, that his brother did not show up. You're not going to win. You're not going to beat Gunther if you keep on showing up like this. A man that smacked the fire out of Gunther.
Wow.
A man that cut a great promo against Miz and then beat Miz. And then not only worked SmackDown, but came back and worked Raw and took a bloody beating, Jimmy Uso. So I put these two down, Gunther, Jimmy Uso.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to give it to Jimmy Uso for Wrestler of the Week this week because he did work 2 shows back to back, and he stood out to me on both shows.
I like that you threw in he stood out on both, or he wrestled both shows. That's something to be taken into consideration. Jimmy had a great week, but Gunther effectively ended his week and stood on business, as the kids say, after Jimmy gave him that smack. He beat the shit out of Jimmy Uso, left him bloody, made us care more about this match at Mania because we got some real heel shit from Gunther. Like, not the, hey, I'm going to sneak in and put a sleeper hold on this guy, or I'm going to beat up this guy and then you got to come save him. No. This is some real diabolical, mean shit, bloodied everywhere. So I'm giving it to my king, Gunther.
All right. I think we can average out and just give it both to Gunther. That way
I'll leave Jimmy Uso on there. It's a good look for
right.
you, because I have us both. I mean, I have us both on all these. And, we're in, let's see, I don't know. What are we in? Quite a few weeks in here. And right now, the lead is with Penta, but there's a lot of wrestling left to be had this year. We got Mania coming up, and then we have another, 6 months after that, 7 months. So,
all right, there you go. There you have it. We'll have our WrestleMania preview coming up. Hopefully within the next couple of weeks, we'll get that done. Maybe Pop Out Aiden will pop out on the show and maybe talk some wrestling and what 41 looks like. The more we get clearer with the 41 picture, because we're missing probably half the roster for 41.
Oh, we're missing a lot of matches because, it's usually like 4 hours each night. And I don't know if that changes this year, but I would assume it stays pretty close to the same. Sometimes it's longer than that. And you're not going to get that 4 hours on 2 nights, respectively, with the matches they have right now. So
I did want to say I did enjoy the 3-panel broadcasts on Raw. I really enjoyed those 3.
Yeah, that was cool. And then for Pat McAfee to get out there and do that, and I think it went well.
Mm-hmm. All right, brother. If you guys want to follow me, you can check me out at Drerawka, DRERAWKA on Instagram. I just dropped, a new podcast. I'm on a weight loss journey. And also along with the weight loss, I'm also a dad of 3 and a husband of 1 and trying to get into a house and provide for my family. So credit and good financial income is important, right? As an adult, it's very important. So I created a podcast centered around that, weight loss and financial health. It's called Weight Down, Credit Up. I just dropped a brand new first episode with a coach, a firefighter. His name is Mike G. Garrick. Go check that out. It's a really good listen, a really good watch. He an interesting guy doing some cool things. And I have more on that. I just dropped another episode of the Isolation 20 podcast, talk more on my life and things that's going on around the public space. So go find all that and more at allrock.com.
I feel like you should do this second. You know what I'm saying? You talk about all the shit you got going on, and then it hits me, and I'm like, we're out here, baby.
No, you got a lot of personal stuff. You just don't share
That's the thing. Yeah. The personal stuff has been a lot lately. So there hasn't been anything on the Will Wonder show. At some point, I'll be back with content on there.
Hey, are you ever going to drop the one that you filmed and you haven't released?
I don't think so. I'm just going to let that sit in the vault. Then when I'm not even going to let out what that was. But then when that person goes back to running a establishment that the industry that he was in, then I'll release it maybe.
All right.
Yeah, just personal shit's been going on. You know what I mean? And life will fucking life on you. So this has been nice though to be able to talk wrestling once a week and have a little break from all that. Starting a new job too. You know what I'm saying? So life is crazy out here. Today's the last day at my normal job, or my job of the last 5 years rather. And they're throwing a party for me. Hence why I have this on. It's a sports theme. They wanted to throw a party for me as I leave. So, yeah, I don't know, man. There's going to be content coming on the Will Wonder Show on Instagram. Twitter, I haven't done anything on there. Like, again, life is life, and sometimes you just need to take a step back from shit you're doing and see, figure out what's important and what you want to do going forward. But with that said, there will be something on the Will Wonder Show at some point.
Regardless, man, you got hours of content and
Hours
stuff.
and hours. If you like scary movies, hit the 31 days. Okay, hit the 31 days of Halloween. If you like just artists, want to figure out what's going on with some Salt Lake City artists, go back through the catalog, listen to some of those interviews, watch some of the performances I have on there. Yeah, it's there. I mean, it's, some of the stuff is dated. Like, obviously, we talk about on one, we talked about Kendrick Lamar's and predicting what he's going to do at the Super Bowl. But other stuff is great, and you can go back and revisit it as much as you'd like.
What's your socials?
The Will Wonder Show. I think I said that, didn't I? The Will Wonder Show on Instagram. DJ Will Wonder on Twitter, X, whatever it's going to be called now that Elon sold it to his own AI company. Fucking whatever it is. That platform. DJ Will Wonder on there.
Go follow him, and more importantly, don't follow us. Make sure you follow this podcast at Figure Number 4 Podcast. Be a part of the community. Yeah, man, we just appreciate everybody's support and love. The view count that we've been getting on Instagram is pretty cool to see. We got the professional dashboard, so we get the little analytics, and it's really cool to see. So we appreciate the support and love. And yeah, man, we'll talk to you guys next week. More and more wrestling. Peace.